Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. It's another Friday Fun Fold. It's Patty from PS Papercrafts, and I'm so glad you joined me today to learn how to make a card. We are making a bookbinding Z-fold card. So this is it. It's the bookbinding that you're probably familiar with, where it's attached here and it opens up. But this has this little extra added feature where it opens like this. Isn't this cute? Before we get into this video, though, I want to tell you that last week, my video for making an offset gatefold card, I had an error in the measurements on this card. I think I have it where it's 8 1/4 by 5 1/2, and it should be 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. So I did correct the project sheet below. The problem is when you do that, I had to add a new link. So if you have the old link, just get rid of it and go back in and get the new link. So I'm sorry about that. I try to really double check everything, and somehow I missed that. So anyway, today we're going to make this card, and it's a Halloween card, and I'm looking at it. You know, sometimes I look at it after, and I thought this should have been a different color, maybe a purple. But I'm gonna stick with it. It's already done, but I just thought maybe this and this could have been a different color, just to, you know, jazz it up a bit. But anyway, I used this paper. I'm not a big Halloween person, so you know, I bought the Halloween spells, and it is cute. I do have grandkids, so I'll send them cards, but I don't typically send out Halloween cards. So you won't see me making too many things. But I thought this paper was fun, and it actually has you know, I mean, this you can use for anything, and that's cute. This would be great for fall, which I'm more of a fall person. This is the bubbles from this pot of whatever. And this I thought was cute. This is great. So there's a lot of patterns in here that I would use, and you get 3 of each. It's a little bit different. Usually you only get 2 of each. And this is fun. I love this. This is Pool Party, and I think that's really pretty. So you get 3 of them. So I'll probably use some of these other sides for other things. I'll make a couple of Halloween cards. So this is the Potions and Spells stamp set, and then there are dies. So you can die cut this big cauldron, and then this stuff boiling over. I've seen a lot where they've used glimmer paper for this, and I thought that was cute. And then these dots are Lemon Lime Twist. They're from the transparent adhesive back dots, but I thought it went really well. I think Lemon Lime Twist and Granny Apple Green are pretty close, and just different shades to me. So today we're going to use the I love this paper, the wildly flowering paper, and I use this quite a bit, and I just love it. So today we're going to use the Misty Moonlight, and then I was kind of playing around with it, this pattern, and then this pattern, I kind of feel like it goes along with it. So, and what else? We are going to use the Simply Said stamp set. I'm going to make it a birthday card, and I think we can go ahead and get started with it. So let's start with the card base. This is a 4 1/4 by 11, so it's a half a sheet of cardstock cut down. Some people call this the hot dog way. And then we're going to score it at 2 1/8. So 2 1/8. And make sure we're using our scoring blade. Do I have 1/8? I did 1/4. I was looking up here and I was like, well, that's not right. So 2 1/4, and then 4 1/4, and then 5 1/2. And this will be an A2 size card, which fits in a medium envelope from Stampin' Up. All right, so I think we don't even need that anymore. We're going to fold this and burnish it. I'll get my bone folder out. And then we're going to fold it again. So this is the bookbinding part. And then we're going to fold this again. And I fold it in, and then I'll fold it back out. So this is going to fold back out this way. Okay, so this Actually, we'll fold back out this way too. I'm like, that's not right. So it will fold in half. So this is our card, and then we're going to adhere this together so it opens like this. And then we're going to have a front panel to go on here. So it's a very easy card to make. And let's just put this down first. We'll adhere this. You want this to be a strong adhesive to hold this together, and the liquid glue is perfect for it. You can use tear and tape, stamp and seal, or whatever strong adhesive you have, because you just, you know, you don't want people pulling it apart when they open it. They shouldn't, but you never know. So we're just going to put that down nice like that. And then I have my pieces. So the two ends, let me just pull this up. This designer series paper is 1 by 4, and I wanted to, you could put it right down, but I want to put it on white. You know, I like to back everything with white. So the white panel for this one is, so it's just, so this is 1 by 4, so this is 1 1/8 by 1 1/8 by 4 1/8. I'm sorry. I'm looking at my little, I have a little cheat sheet over there, and so that I have the measurements handy, and I guess I just didn't write this one down. And you only have to layer this on one white strip, because the other one's going to go right on the inside layer. Okay, and then this will go right on here, and it'll have a little border around it. So the borders are only 1/8 of an inch. They're very small, but I think they're, I think the white just adds to it. Okay, so that's done. And then on this card, where's my card? I used a black panel, so you'll see it here. And then I have my white layer on top of it, and it's sitting on this piece here. So you do need that panel. And instead of designer series paper, I did some stamping and, you know, embellishing and things like that. So for this one, the white panel, I want to make sure I have, this is the inside actually. The blue cardstock is, let's get this right, is 3 3/8 by 4 1/4. And that's going to sit here. And then this white piece that's going to sit on it is 3 1/4 by 4 1/8. It's very tiny. And then this is 3 1/8 by 4. Okay, so we're going to put these together. And I'm just going to add a sentiment label on this, because I really don't want to take away from the paper, because I think it's so pretty. I love this pattern. I love the misty moonlight color of blue. And that's the one thing I really enjoy about Stampin' Up! Is that the colors all match. You know, your designer series paper, on the back of the paper, it tells you what colors are in the paper. So you can match it with the embellishments, the ribbon, your inks, whatever you're using. You know, if you're using Misty Moonlight, it's going to all go together, because I'm not a good person with color, so I need that help. And then this is going to sit here, and this is going on the inside. And this one is, it's very close in size, so it's 4 1/8 by 4, so it's almost a square. And let's make sure we have it going the right way. This is the way it's going to go. So it's, now let me make sure I'm saying this right. This is the top. So it's 4 1/8 like these other pieces, like this piece, and then 4 across. So this piece is going to go on here. And then we need to, if you're going to stamp it or anything, you want to do that before you put it down. So we're going to put a birthday. I'm using the birthday wishes in the front and a let's celebrate on the inside. So I have that mounted. I'm not going to stick this down in case I make a mistake, but I am going to lay it there. Oh my goodness, I have a hair there. I am going to lay it here so that I can see where to stamp it. So let's get some Misty Moonlight ink and we'll stamp this down. And I actually want to just close that up so it doesn't get dry and funny. And we will just stamp it down right like this. And you can put whatever you want on here if you wanted to stamp flower or whatever. I'm just going to leave it like that because we've got this down the side. And let's put this piece on. I really try to double, triple check everything with the measurements. And I feel bad because if somebody printed them and then I changed it, I don't know why the link changes. I don't like that. So then if you have the old link, it's going to give you the incorrect measurements. So let's hope nobody has that problem. So then this is going to come down like here. And you just want this tiny little border around the whole thing. And then this will sit here. And I just want to make sure it's going to look right. Like that. And before you put it down, just see, because I have it, it's over a little bit. It's got to be over a little bit this way. Okay, so now we're going to put our glue just here, our adhesive. And we're going to close it. We want to make sure it's in the right position. So it should go top to bottom, and then you just want it even on both sides. Okay, so now we have this Z-fold bookbinding. I think it's so pretty. And next, we're going to do our sentiment. So I do have a label that I already cut, and we're going to use the birthday wishes from the Simply Said, and we'll stamp it in Misty Moonlight. So the label came from Something Fancy Dies. This has some great nesting labels. I'm just going to use the one white. I'm not going to nest it. I don't want to take too much away from this card here, the designer series paper. So I thought this fit nicely right here. We'll just stamp it down. And we can put this on with dimensionals, and I'm wondering if we should put a ribbon on it, a bow. I was thinking of using this striped ribbon. It's kind of a iridescent striped ribbon. I thought that might be pretty, or should I use a white? Or I can color it. Let's try to color it and see how that goes. So I'm going to just get a scrap of paper. I'm doing it on the fly, and I'm using my Misty Moonlight dark Stampin' Blends, and you have to use the blends. These are alcohol markers, and you can just color right on the ribbon and get whatever color you want. That's another wonderful thing about getting the colors that you want for your project. So you can just do it, and it will actually do both sides at once. It's pretty. And I don't know how long. I usually just keep going with it until I think it's big enough. I don't want a huge bow on here. Make sure it's all covered. Let's see if this will work. Just to keep it all together. Got a little ink on my fingers. That's okay. Yeah, I think I need to go a little bit further. It's good if you get a little inky, right? Means you're doing some fun projects. trying to get the edges there. And I'm just going to go a little bit more. See how that works. I need a lot of ribbon when I make a bow, and then I cut it off. I know some people measure it and they use just so many inches. I can't do that. As you'll see. And I do have one of those bow makers, and I should really take it out and use it. I feel like every time I use it, because I don't use it that often, I have to relearn it. And I don't want to take the time for that, and I should just use it all the time, and then I would know how to use it. It's one of those things. I think that's pretty. So let me get my ribbon scissors and just cut it. Let's see. I hope I don't get, I think it's too big. Let's go a little bit smaller, and then I'm going to try to wipe my hands a little bit on my, let's do this. Did you ever do this? Just to make sure I don't get ink on my finished project. So this is our chamois that we use to, you know, clean our stamps. It's just water. You just keep, it's stained like crazy. But it's just, you just keep rinsing it and squeezing it out and keeping it around. All right, so let's try this. I'm going to cut the tails again. Get rid of this stuff. Cut the tails again. It almost has like a gold look to it. I think that's pretty. So I'm going to put this on with dimensionals. I'm afraid to touch it too much here. You don't want to ruin it, right? And you could put bling on it if you want. Just take these off the back. All kinds of little junk here on the side. And then where do we want to put it? I mean, you could put it down here to have that. I'm going to put it here because I'm going to have the ribbon on it. So I just want it to be kind of straight. And then we'll take a glue dot, just pull it off, stick it on the back of here. I'm going to put it right, I'm going to put it right on here. What do you think? And you know, of course you could put some bling on it, but I think it's good the way it is. So let's clear all of this out. So this is the Bookbinding Z-Fold card, and below the video you'll have a project sheet, a link for a project sheet, and also a link for my blog. And it will have all the instructions and measurements, and I will double check, triple check. All right. Sorry if I messed up anybody on last week's cards. And then next week, let's look at the calendar. This is my inspiration calendar, and we do the Friday Fun Folds. We're going to make a slide and lock card. So come on back next Friday and we'll make that. And if you want this inspiration catalog or calendar, you can always just click the link below to subscribe to my email list, and I send it out every week or every month. I also send it out every week with kind of a roundup. So if you're on my email list, you'll get that as well. Thanks so much and have a great week. I'll see you next week.